Hello, boys and girls. You're back here with Robert Rio Haas. Now, it's been a while since I've done a video, but it took me a while to find a good topic. This one, I believe, is a very personal topic for me, as well as two of my special guests, which return visit from Jamie, and our mysterious ghost has decided to make a physical appearance.
Kinda.
Kind of. As well as I do have one more special guest with me today. Well, not with me. He is on the phone. This is a ESW, Joy Russo. Say hi, Joy.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Now, today's topic is how do we best describe this? Trying to pull juggalos and leads into a more positive light. Now, what brought this on was yesterday I was scrolling through YouTube. I was along the Scare Straight videos, and there was a video of Mark Clown's sister, and it really just aggravated me to no end. Because, once again, the media only chooses negative versions. There's a 14-year-old as well as a 6-year-old girl claiming to be leads, claiming that all juggalos and leads only carry axes for violence, and Insane Clown Posse only sings about murder. So they chose to use that as a reason to disrespect their family as well as commit various crimes. And I'm tired of it. Simple as that. So hopefully this video will shed some light on that. So who would like to start this conversation?
Well, since we have Joey on the phone, why don't we let him give his opinion first?
Very good idea. So Joey Russo, you're not what we would call a juggalo, correct?
I'm further from juggalos than anybody.
But you have, in and outside of Extreme Showdown Wrestling, you have met many of us. You've met Wicked J, you've met Jinx Master, Short Starkest Max, me, Young Rolo. I mean, in your opinion, are most juggalos and leads criminals?
In my honest opinion, I think juggalos are just like anybody else. I mean, like you already said, I've met a bunch, in and out of ESW before ESW, in high school, middle school, and juggalos are just kind of like everybody else. There's metalheads out there, and when you think of the stereotypical metalhead, you think of this guy that listens to, Slayer and worships Satan. And it's like, that's the stereotype. That's the person you think of stereotypically, but that doesn't mean every metalhead is like that. And I think when people think juggalos, they think, oh yeah, Insane Clown Posse, those guys are crazy. They, don't they go out and stab and shoot people? And honestly, I've never met a single juggalo like that.
Now, I don't know if you remember this case. Do you remember the West Memphis 3? Years ago, there was a group in a small town. I can't remember. It was somewhere in the south. It was 3 metalheads, and there was a murder of 3 young boys. Now, because these were the only metalheads in that town, they were labeled weirdos, psychos, because they listened to hard rock. There are automatic suspects in that crime, and were wrongfully imprisoned for years and years. They actually only got released 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago tops. I mean,
That's crazy.
it is. Unfortunately, I kind of see that's where this kind of fan base, this group, is heading towards, because we have so many claiming that we are nothing but violent gang members. For the simple fact, yeah, a good portion of the community, we smoke weed. I mean, some people smoke weed.
A lot of people smoke weed, but I mean, you don't see every person that smokes weed is fucking crazy. But when it comes
I think that's crazy.
to,
I think if you're a bad person, it doesn't matter what you listen to, you're going to be a bad person. There's no need to point that to, whether you listen to hard rock, heavy metal, horrorcore, horror pop, whatever.
comes to just us, like the second people see or hear anything that has to deal with ICP or anything that's related to psychopathic records, it's just they automatically think that we're part of something that we're really not. Like, yeah, some people. I mean, yeah, some people might actually be gang affiliated, but that's not. That doesn't necessarily mean every juggalo is gang affiliated. Yeah, we rep our hatchets, we fucking hold it high or whatever. It doesn't matter. We're just regular people just trying to make a living, like an honest living, like anybody else.
I mean, I personally work 2 jobs.
And it's just they just think that we're just violent people, and we're really not. Like,
Nope, I
take
don't
us,
condone violence.
yeah, like take us three. Like, she doesn't condone violence.
My,
The only violence that Robert right here does is he just wrestles. Other than that, the
Well,
only
you
thing
can't really
he'll,
call that violence.
yeah, that's it.
it's entertainment. I do it for the fans. Russo's part of it. He's seen what
It's
we're
all for
willing to put out.
entertainment purposes.
Exactly.
But and then you got somebody like me. I don't necessarily care about violence. I mean, it happens. It happens. Really, I'm not one to pick sides over anything. But like, you bet your ass I will be there whenever somebody tries any violence towards me and my family, including my juggler family. It doesn't matter. But the whole point of this is just the shit goes too far, and it shouldn't be that way. It really shouldn't.
And
I'm so hardcore, I'm holding a Pikachu. Watch out.
and I find it funny because a few years ago I came across another interview of Shay and Jaggy. Shay and Jaggy.
Jay
Wow.
and Shaggy.
Okay, sorry, I'm a bit tired. Anyways, there's actually 3 cases of youth members committing violent crimes. Unfortunately, when they were arrested, they were wearing St. Clown Posse T-shirts. But even they said in this interview that, you know, if you're that kind of sicko that's going to commit a murder because you hear lyrics and think it says it's okay to kill, you're not a juggler, you're not a family member. I mean, get out of here. We really don't want you part of our fan base if that's what you're going to do. You're going to commit a heinous crime and try to blame it on us. Say, we influenced you, we want nothing to do with you.
That should go for anybody in general, really. I mean, you got people that listen to like straight death metal.
I mean,
Take
Slayer's,
Marilyn Manson, for instance.
Marilyn Manson,
Yes.
but Slayer's Raining Blood is an also great example of this.
Yeah.
Or even Bloodline.
But when it comes down to just straight violence, it's never really anything good.
If you're a bad person, you're a bad person. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you listen to. It comes from the heart.
Exactly.
You can't blame.
You can't blame something that you listen to on your own actions. Your own actions are what define you as a person.
I mean, shit, if we did that, then all 3 of us would be honest killers
Exactly.
with what we listen to. But it's who you are as a person. It's not what you listen to. It's not video games. It's not music. It's not ICP. It's not the psychopathic family. It's who you are.
But unfortunately, in my opinion, we kind of do it to ourselves. I mean, nobody. I can't remember who said it. This was said yesterday, saying that the ones who commit these crimes or do these things that put us into a negative light outnumber the few of us that are law-abiding citizens.
That would be
That,
We
that-
both said that.
really.
and
Yeah.
I kind of refuse to believe that, because that just means, you know, we give up and we're gonna let.
Oh, that doesn't mean we're gonna give up. I mean, I'm still.
But I mean, that's the way I
I mean,
take
look
it.
at the march we're gonna have next year.
Exactly. Like we're us 3 right here. We're gonna plan on going to the Juggalo March next September, and all it really is, it's just gonna be a bunch of us. And what are we doing? It's basically almost like a peaceful protest with
That's
a
what it
concert at the end of it. So what?
Now, Russo, I'm sorry to interrupt, Chris.
Oh,
Or Ghost.
but
Russo, we still have you on the line, so I'm wondering, what do you have anything to say to weigh in on these subjects that are coming up? Russo, Joey.
uh-oh.
Well, it seems we have a connection problem.
You still there, guy? Maybe on the other line.
He may be on the other line. So, we'll get back to him,
Maybe.
hopefully. But, again, I say we do it to ourselves because nobody has stood up. No, none of the underground artists that represent the fam, whether it be musical, artistic in nature, none of us have taken a stand up and say, hey, you know what? This isn't us. This isn't the Juggalo family. That's why I decided to make this video. Because I'm tired of it. Media focuses only on the negative. Only on the negative.
Which is really sad. That's
But
all.
that's media in general.
Yeah, they just want you to focus on everything negative. And whenever it comes to people like us, we try to stay positive about whatever we can be. I mean, take me for instance. Like these two right here, I do anything for them, and they go through hard times worse than I do. And I might, like right now, it may be that I don't have a job. I don't care. I still get the shit off my back for them, no matter what. But they go through worse shit than I have to go through in one fucking day.
You take care of your own, and that's what matters.
And not only that, I'm always here. Like when they need somebody, I'm here. I'm always there to go. Doesn't matter. You can be at work, or you can be at home, or you can be somewhere in the middle of nowhere. I will find you, and I will make sure you're alright. And there's people, and I'm not conceited, and I'm not much of a bragger. But there's people that are like us, and me, that we get shunned down on. And it's ridiculous, and honestly, it's just bullshit. Like,
That kind of goes back to your other topic from the other day.
Which one?
Acceptance.
There you go.
It literally all kind of ties in together.
Exactly. Like it doesn't matter who you are as a person. It really doesn't. You just need to know that if somebody is there for you, they're there for you. Especially if you think that a juggalo or a juggalette is one of the most negative or heinous people that you know. I mean, honestly, you can just go and just shove it because we're not. We're not the violent people that you think or are claimed to be. But it's just ridiculous on how horrible it's gotten over the years. Right now, they are literally in the middle of an FBI case because they're trying to get it removed from a gang list. Because we're not a gang, we're a family. We take care of each other.
I'm too nice to be a gangbanger. I'm sorry.
I come across stories, if you ever had subscribed to the Hatchet Herald, I've come across stories on it. And there was a family, okay? There were juggalos. The father and the wife, they had on their psychopathic gear. They had their kids with them. They had just got done shopping. Mall security comes up to them, tells them they must leave the premises for wearing gang-related items in front of their children. On top of that, there were individuals that were expelled from the military for having juggalo tattoos.
It's fucking ridiculous, man. Like how is our own government gonna let that even go by? Like really,
Because it's our government that's trying to make us into something we're not.
Exactly. Like they're there to support our country.
Hang it up.
You lost connection. But they're over there thinking, oh, they have this tattooed on them or they have that type of merchandise. Don't let them serve our country. The government it doesn't matter. They're helping you. They're helping out everybody so we can still keep our freedom. But you wanna release them and discharge them just because of a tattoo they have? No, it doesn't work like that.
My prime example, and honestly, this is the main reason I've embraced the juggalo life, was we had a friend pass away about 3 or 4 months back already. His name was Wicked J. Benjamin Garza. I'm sure you've seen him on the news. Because honestly, he's been all over state and country. And he was the prime example of what, well, not only as a good person, but as a juggalo, what we should strive to be. I mean, after a backyard show that we were filming, I lost a ring that was given to me by my father when he passed, became mine. Um, I freaked out. I was tearing up the yard. He's like, "What's wrong?" I told him, "Bro, I lost my dad's ring." He's like, "Oh hell no, we're gonna find that shit right now. Right fucking now, we're gonna find it." Did him and our camera at the time, Riney, tear up their yard looking for it. They found it, and first thing I said, like, "Bro, what can I do to pay you back? You have no idea what this means." First thing he says, "Don't even worry about it. It's nothing. It's not a thing."
That's what it's about right there. That's that's probably one of the best examples you can give.
And that was the person he was. He even claimed that the main reason I went to the concert that was actually our first time hanging out for more than 10 minutes
Look where we're at now.
was because he had described it last year when he went to the Missing Link tour as being reborn. So I went because I was supposed to go with him. It was cool enough for these two to let me ride with them. They barely knew me. I met Shaggy, I met Jay, and the concert itself, there was an energy there that was so positive. If you honestly think there is a negative view of us, go to a concert. Be surrounded by the actual fans. Feel the energy, and it's so positive. Because it really was being like reborn.
And the funny thing is, those two guys that everybody considers the ringleaders of this heinous act, they helped me
because we're
through.
gang members. Yeah, almost definitely.
When we met them, they helped me through an anxiety attack because I almost passed out there meeting them. And Violent J sat there talking to me.
Not even just Jay. Blase Rose was there. Young Wicked was there. We met four incredible. Well,
I did.
Most of us.
Most of us.
Sorry,
He shook his hand. I met him. I was
it's
just
too hot for me to be wearing this thing.
He has a face,
He has
ladies
a
and
face.
gentlemen.
I get my hat back.
And I got the sun right in my face, so I'm not taking
Can
my
I
shirt
just hold on?
It's great. Yeah, we met 4 people from. Well,
From
technically we met 3 from Psychopathic Records at the time, but now.
Blase
it's
Rose
4.
was not yet signed.
And
Now, we can discuss her later at the end of this video because I do want to discuss another psychopathic artist.
2. Who did?
Yeah, I said another.
we'll get back to that.
That's
But
later on.
anyways,
But
Jay
anyway,
and Shaggy are not gang related or ring related.
Oh,
They're
no.
not bad people.
Shit. They take care of their fucking parents. They take care of their moms. Jay,
but you know, these are violent gang members,
yeah,
right?
supposedly, I mean, okay, Jay's so violent, he runs his own charity stream, his own charities, donates to the Salvation Army monthly or weekly or
And
something
you know
like
what the
that.
best thing about that is, though? The reason most people don't know about it, and this is one thing
Because
I
he
am
doesn't
headstrong
want
on, is because they do it for the right reasons.
Yeah, they
All
don't-
these celebrities, they want to do this, that, and the other, and they want publicity for it. If you do something and you do it out of the kindness of your heart, and you do it because
makes
you
you
want
a
to take
good
care
person.
of people,
Not just that, but why
You
brag
don't
about
need-
it?
exactly, you
That's
don't
making
need
you
it.
just an attention happy. You want media coverage. Like, okay, so
Yeah, not only that,
I want them to
like-
buy my shit now because I'm doing so much stuff for my community.
I don't give a fuck what you do for the community. What you do for someone else.
Yeah, but like, because I saw a picture one time and it explained a lot, and it just kind of, it actually ties into all this. Once you donate to somebody, it makes you a good person. Once you make it public, basically it makes you a douche.
Okay, no one knows what I do.
Like I don't donate or anything. Honestly, like I just don't have the time and money to be able to do that kind of stuff. If I did have the time and the money, you bet your ass I'd be donating to charities and stuff like that to help out the people who are in need. Because people do have it worse.
And it's not just donating to charity, it's an example. Something most people don't know is I work in customer service. I had a customer come through one morning crying. Horrible morning. Didn't have money for her food. I just gotten paid. I bought her $20 worth of food. Didn't post it on Facebook. Didn't do anything about it. I did it because she needed it.
Yeah, we may be talking about that stuff on here, but we're not trying to make it public. We're just talking about our everyday life.
I don't care who knows. I don't care what anybody thinks. It's what I did. It's what we do for people that matter. Because we're not gonna go and be like, oh my god, I just gave a homeless guy $3. No one gives a fuck. I'm sorry, but I don't care what it. If you're gonna post it on social media to be like, oh my god,
It
well
just
I did
makes you an
this,
asshole.
I don't give a shit. I don't care. Do it. Be an attention whore all you want, and it's all over Facebook all the time. Either people are depressed, and I'm sorry, but me and Chris had to talk about this the other day. I'm not gonna mention names, but she's really starting to get on my fucking nerves. She is. I'm sorry.
Yep.
But yeah, it's either people are too depressed and they have to post everything, or
Like,
they just want to do all these good deeds because they want to get recognition. That's
Like-
where people go wrong.
like people think, well, we're getting a little off subject here, but either way,
It is, but our point is trying to bring a positive light. This is the few good things that we try to do, not just every so often, but every chance we get. So this is why this is tying into the video.
basically, like, for what she's talking about, depression. People try to make it public and shit like that, like it's a fucking little disease or something like that, something small. Like, oh, they're sad and miserable. When it comes to depression, people don't understand that it's more than just sadness and misery. It's pain, anxiety.
Hell, even anger and hatred.
Yeah.
It's basically all those emotions building up.
It is everything that you could possibly think of that is horrible to one person. And it's just building up inside them. And once it lets out, it's probably one of the worst things you'll ever see. What's happening with me and Jamie here before, she's helped me out, I've helped her out numerous times.
I developed an anxiety attack with my depression when I was at work in front of my area manager and my store manager. I had to go home. I was so embarrassed.
But people make too much shit public, and that's what you're not. If you do something good, okay, but if you try to make it public just to get
Recognition.
attention or recognition or attention or whatever you want from it, you're not being a good person anymore. You're just trying to be that other asshole trying to make a quick buck off of something that you did. And that doesn't make you a good person. That just, yeah, it'll spread around so far. Okay, what's it gonna do for you? It's just gonna make you just another person that donated this to whoever. Okay, if you donate, just donate. Don't make it public. It's your life. It's nobody else's. But when it comes to all the positive things and everything, and back to the whole juggalo and leg thing, we don't do anything for recognition. Yeah, they might cover a story on us. Okay, so what? We don't care. One of us could be on the news. Like, I saw a while back, some dude was on the news because he saved somebody. Or I don't know if he saved someone or a child or what. I can't remember the story. But he didn't even necessarily want to be on the news. He just did it probably because he just, fuck it, why not?
Not just that. When I was younger, living in Lino, my sister who was living in San Antonio, her house caught on fire. My nephew was trapped in his room. An individual who nobody knows runs into the building, gets my nephew, pulls him out, makes sure he's okay, then books it. Does not stay for any medical attention, media coverage, nothing. He did it because it was the right thing to do. And you know what? Her name, well, shouldn't give out her name, but if you ever see this, and you know what I'm talking about, thank you, because you saved one of the most important things in my life.
In all honesty, really, just the way that we are, it's just a way of life for us. It's not a gang-related thing. It's just music. Music and a way of life. It's how we envision things.
It's our morals. I mean, if you look at the 6 original Joker cards, it literally tells you that you are going to take responsibility for the shit you've done, whether it be good or negative.
And here's one thing, I can give a few examples of what the cards do. Say you come across the World Box, which just so happens to be Jamie's favorite album.
And also the first concert the 3 of us attended together.
It
Kind of sort of. Just
that card tells you whether or not you have a chance at heaven or hell. you're you'll turn a crank once you pass on. You go through judgment, of course, regardless, but it's the way that we would see it. You go through a judgment, and either you're gonna have an angel pop up at you, and you have a better chance of going to heaven, or you're gonna have a demon, which would be basically the face of the little box. And then take
The Amazing Jekyll Brothers.
they do an act in front of you. They will juggle all the good things you've done in life and your sins. And once they fail that act, that's how you know you're getting closer to damnation. You get the Great Malenko. He is a necromancer, or whatever you want to call him, a magician dude, because of the way he dresses. That's not what he is. He is your temptation. If you ever get the feeling you are tempted to do this or do that, whether it may be good or bad, it's his magic that works on you. You take the wraith. That would be the one with the red cloak, the horn, the raven, whatever you want to tell, whatever you want to envision. He is your final judgment. He is there to either send you up or damn you down.
Basically, he will be the Saint Peter of the gates. Your name's in the book of life. Cool, come in. It's not. Bye bye. You're going to hell's pit.
Basically. And yeah, we don't say heaven or hell. I mean, we'll say hell because that's
Hell's hell.
Yeah. But when we think of heaven, we think of something called Shangri-La. That's what we want to go to. But look, that's already going way off topic. If you listen, if y'all do get a hold of this video, just take a chance and listen to Dion Bailey, and it'll reveal everything. Yeah, we listen to all these songs that have some fucked up lyrics like Chicken Honey.
But I mean, think about it nowadays. What doesn't? I mean, you got SPM. He sings about drug dealing. You got Ti. He talks about gangbang. Same thing with Vanilla Ice, Ice Cube, NWA. So why single us out as gang members when you have these Hispanic rappers
Hell, look
and
at
black
NW,
rappers?
like look at NWA right then and there. They were gang members. They are gang members. But you look at ICP, they're not gang members. They were scrubs that started from nothing. They dropped out of high school. And they had to make it their own, on their own.
With their own two hands.
They had to support themselves and their own living while trying to make it in the music industry. It took them a while, but they finally got it.
And if you think about it, making it through in everyday life is not easy. Not even anymore. I mean, working two jobs, I still barely have enough to take care of my household, as well as have money to eat. So if you think about that, as well as trying to make it into an industry that costs money to try and produce a product, I mean, you can only imagine what they had to go through.
Now, in all honesty, people do have their different opinions on what is a juggalo. But when it comes to that, it's really your own opinion. It's what you think a juggalo is and what it means to you and what it stands for. To us, it it might mean something different, but to me, in all honesty, a juggalo is family. It's one whole family that stands for children. It stands for what they believe in is right and wrong. There was a video that I saw one time that they have at their annual gathering of the Juggalos, which is something that they do out of state and all that kind of crap. It's one big music festival, basically. Think of it as an underground version of Rockfest or shit like that. Fucking
Warped Tour.
there you go, something like that too. This is something that they do for 3 days, 3 nights, continuously. There was someone over there at the gathering. They stole something. They, everybody that had found out about it, they went to that person's car and they beat the shit out of it and flipped it over. Not even at that. Literally, somebody got into one of their trucks and ran it over. You don't mess with anybody if you think that if you do something wrong and it comes back to bite you in the ass. Really, that's all it is. This world doesn't revolve around good anymore. This whole world just revolves around everything and anything that is negative. It doesn't matter who or what. You could be probably one of the most closed-minded people, or whatever the case may be. And if you do one little thing wrong, like in our town, for instance, you do one little thing and it comes back at you and comes to haunt you for any little reason, people will use it against you. But if you do something positive and everything, people will be like, hey, congratulations, blah blah, and it's over. That's it. This world doesn't revolve around any positivity. Just negativity, violence, murders, bullshit.
In our towns, there's a lot of drug usage. There's meth and crack labs popping up all over the place. Now, Jamie, you've been awfully quiet this video. Do you have anything that you want to add in all of this before we move on to our subjects of the two psychopathic artists?
I don't know. I mean, Chris is right. Everybody has their own opinion of what a juggalo, or in my case, juggalette is. It's just people, they just want to focus on the bad. They want to be like, oh, well, I heard this one song. An example of one of their crazier songs would be. I'm running blank.
I'm thinking of Future Killers.
No, because that actually has a message too.
Yeah, like okay, since we're on that topic, they do have a song. It's called CPKs. It stands for Crooked Preacher Killers. Yeah, now they're not trying to get onto the topic. Oh, go kill a crooked priest. No, they're not talking about that. They're just talking about what they would want to do, but they don't.
It's a metaphor. It's an outlet.
Yeah.
That's what music is.
And
but unfortunately, people take it to the extreme.
yeah, and like the first set of lyrics in there is, you can already get the sense of the message. Jay starts it off. I walked into the service as an altar boy. Yeah. I walked
It's
into
hard
the
for us to
service
remember lyrics.
as an altar boy. I seen the preacher. He said,
Felt the claw of the beast.
yeah. He said he put his hand up on my shoulder. I felt the claw of the beast.
I never thought it'd be so easy murdering a priest. But that basically the whole thing was talking about a pedophilic priest. That's what that was.
Yep. You think about it.
I mean, look at yourself. And think about it. If you knew this person was a pedophile, you go to his services, your kids go, your nephews, your cousins. Tell me you wouldn't blast the priest in his head.
Yeah.
I'm not saying go do it, but
To
you
catch
won't.
a predator. Was another.
Right there, to catch a predator. Off of it's. If you listen to the song, it's Jay basically cosplaying as a 13-year-old little girl, trying to catch predators into his house so he can kill them.
So they don't hurt anybody else.
Exactly. What people don't understand is that all those violent lyrics that people like us, love to hear is not just murder and heinous crimes. It is actually a message trying to get across to your head that people don't understand in everyday life could happen. I mean, look at what's been happening a lot lately. It's murder and I think maybe some child molesters too. Right?
Oh, there's always that. I mean, unfortunately, I've had a situation where someone I thought was my best friend turned out to be a pedophile. Now, I'm not going to get into that, but there is evil.
There's evil wherever you go. Hell, even in your everyday life, you can walk past somebody and they could be a serial killer. They don't kill you. And when you think about it, it's just all the negativity and all the built up rage that people do have nowadays isn't to get publicity or anything like that. It's because shit happens. People do have their limits at that too. You can't just say that, okay, somebody went to jail for a mass murder.
I mean, look at the Joker who shot up the movie theater. But see, we blame the movie industry for him.
And then you
See,
have.
but how can you blame some?
And that is exactly my
How
point.
can you blame a media outlet for somebody? Like, and this isn't going towards what you said, because I understand your point. But seriously, people need to open their eyes. Like, take it from someone who literally listens to every kind of music there is.
Same here. I listen to classical. I
Like,
listen to opera.
literally. You cannot condone the person you are by the music you listen to. If that
Close-minded.
was the case, I'd be locked up right now. He'd be locked up right now.
I-
He would have killed 20 or 30 people already.
I'd be on death row, honestly. If I did,
You can't do that. And people take our brand of music, our way of life, and make it negative because they want to see us as negative people. They want to see us as somebody who condones this heinous act of violence because we bring an axe into the mix. The axe is more metaphorical than anything. It's
This
what
is
you
the only axe we
carry.
carry on us every day.
It's your being. It's what you carry. It doesn't have to be an actual fucking weapon.
But if you think about it, this is our axe. Because what is an axe, really? It's a tool. And what are we using our hands for? It's a tool to help build up our lives.
To hold my Pikachu.
But not just that, it's also a tool to defend ourselves. So that's exactly what the axe represents. It's us building a positive life as well as a means to defend our lives.
But anyways, just all it really is just people. It's not what you think of us as a gang per se, because that's what everybody wants to think that we are. It doesn't matter if you're a low or a lead. Somebody could be a low or a lead, and they could be in a gang, but it could be what? They could be a blood, crip, king. They could be Mexican mafia, Orejon, or Texas Syndicate. It doesn't matter.
Look at, for instance, Chicano rapper Mr. Capone. He was a Soreño. Look at SPM. He
He's
was banging. He was banging.
And like, back to the subject of how gangs and stuff like that, or whatever. I mean, you think that the music that we listen to is bad for us and stuff like that? We actually hate the people that do violent things, such as racists, bigots, pedophiles, serial killers too. Like, I mean, yeah, some people might read into serial killers. Some people might have a favorite serial killer because it's an interesting story of what they have. That one over there
I
has.
personally love the topic of Charles Manson because he is the perfect example of nurture versus nature. He was abused. He was sent to school and addressed by his grandfather. And we created him. We created a monster.
And like, back to SPM. I mean, you think that he's in jail for dealing whatever? He's not in prison for anything like that. SPM is actually in prison for molesting or raping a 9-year-old little girl, and people still bump his shit. Why? Because they like his music. Simple as that. But it doesn't matter.
But here's the deal. So now, are they gonna affiliate everyone who listens to SPM
As a
to be a rapist?
No.
No.
Or a gang member.
So
They
why
want.
are we gang members?
Yeah.
Why are we violent people?
Why?
I don't condone violence.
Why are juggalos targeted? Basically.
Because we're underground. People don't want to take the time to understand the concept.
Underground is what shaped music into the way it is. Believe it or not. Yeah, I mean, just some of the shit that you listen to nowadays, all it is about drugs, sex, money.
Some of it has no meaning whatsoever. Look at Lil Uzi
Panda.
Vert. Lil Uzi Vert, most of his interview freestyle as well as his cipher for the freshman's class, all I understood was yeah, bitch, my bitch, this bitch.
Is that the one you made me listen to?
That's the
20
one I
times?
made you listen to 20 times because I couldn't believe that kind of garbage is considered music nowadays.
Brain cells.
But then you listen to the stuff that we listen to, if they have meaning in it. Like, take for instance,
Dying Bell.
Well, yeah, we've already covered that one. But then you have like Twisted, Boondocks.
Boondocks is himself.
Boondocks himself, he explains his whole life within his music. And believe it or not, Boondocks probably could have been a serial killer, but he didn't do that. He let it
Found
out.
an outlet.
His outlet is his music.
I mean, if you look at, what was this? We All Fall?
Yeah.
He literally talked about the struggle of going dealing with his own personal demons as well as progressing through the music industry.
Listen to Monster by Boondocks. That's another good one. And then you have Twisted, We Don't Die. It, like really,
Raw Deal by Twisted.
that one too.
The Darkness, that entire album.
That the Darkness by Twisted. That whole album has a whole lot of meaning. The first song I heard on that one was Breakdown, and basically it explains. If you watch it and listen to it clearly, it'll explain what would seem to be a mental breakdown because everything goes so fast and you have basically no control over yourself. And I'm not saying no control as in killing wise. I mean, you just have no control over your thoughts, your
I mean,
emotions.
any of you that have ever had an emotional breakdown, an anxiety attack, you know what that song is talking about. You literally cannot control yourself. When I had my anxiety attack, I could not tell my manager what was going on. My hands were shaking. I couldn't stop crying. I told him I don't know what's going on. I've never had this happen before. I literally shook and fell to the floor in front of him. But I think this should be closing the video. We've covered a lot. Now, as I said earlier, this is one of the only videos I'm probably gonna mass share to individuals personally and their own privately. And I hope that they watch this to the end. I hope they understand what I'm trying to say and what this video was meant for. Because I do have a message for whoever's listening to this.
We all have a message for it. And the message is
Stand up. Don't let us be caught in the shadows of all the negativity. Help bring us to the light.
don't let it overshadow us anymore. Yeah, like when you started talking about the Beyond Scared Straight video, I watched it, and me and Jamie here listened to it. I immediately got pissed off. Like, you really want to say that we carry an axe with us every fucking day? We don't do that. I mean, if we carried an axe with us every fucking day, that'd be probably like 4 or 5 axes on this fucking wall right here behind us. Well, we don't do that. The only axe we carry, like he said, is the one around our neck or the one's tattooed on our bodies. That's it. But this whole gang-related, gang member bullshit it's enough. It's fucking tiring. I'm already tired of hearing it. I have a Hatchet Man tattoo on myself right here. It's right there, right across my fucking arm.
You know what? I'm getting one over my heart because the Juggalo family helped save my life.
And
Uh,
we are probably one of the most sincere people you will meet. We will sit there and take the time to listen to you and not just be like, oh, okay, whatever. No, we will help you find a solution to whatever the problem is that is causing you heartache or headache or just anxiety or depression. We will help you. And, like, I'm not trying to make this a whole thing and try to contact us, but yeah, if you wanted to, yeah, go ahead and contact us.
Actually, it's funny you say that right now. If you do need an outlet, if you do need anybody to talk to, I don't care if we never met, never spoke a word to each other today. If you need somebody to trust, please feel free to message me on Facebook.
This will be on our Facebook. He'll share it, I'll share it, and I'm pretty sure Jamie will share it too. She'll put it on her page, he'll put it on his page, I'll put it on my page.
Now,
If you do need an outlet, just let somebody
We got you.
Exactly. We got you, exactly.
now, any artists, whether it be musical, artistic, poem, please, like I said, help bring us out of the shadows, out of the negativity, and show them what juggalos really are. Show them what we really are about. Because you know what? We're tired of it. We can only do so much. This is why, and this is what we can do. We made this video to try to at least open some eyes.
If this can get at least public, and I'm not one to want the publicity, but this would be one of the times that this is something that needs to go viral. It really does. This may be something that may be an hour long or what, it doesn't matter. This needs to be seen by people, by other people, and by the community. Because we are sick and tired of being classified as a game. No, we are not a game. We are a family. We are one huge group of people who just listen to the same shit and have the same stuff in common. But it's not what people make out to think we are. It's what we are and who we know we are. And That's it. Simple as that. And there's not much really left to say about it. Stop being such a stereotypical bigot, really.
Now, in closing, I just want to say we love y'all. We're here if you need it. Well, again, please leave any comments, questions. We'll be happy to address them. Y'all take care.